So we just got to our new campground. It's John Prince. I think it's a county park, state park, something like that in Florida. We are, I'll talk more about the site leveling or unlevelness of it. But right now, because we don't have a working AC, I found some heat coming through our bathroom and noticed that there's a small little gap where the plumbing comes down. So we're going to use this Great Stuff Pest Block, and I'm going to see if I can find it in here in the basement. Yep, right there. I don't know if you can see it, but there is a gap right there and a gap right there that's going right through to our bathroom cabinet. So let's get this thing filled. So today we are putting up some reflectics on the window here, try to keep some of the heat out since our AC is not working. We got this multi-purpose foil from Camping World, so we're just measuring it up, cutting it, getting it onto the windows. We lose our nice little lake view, but we're hoping this helps keep us cool until we get a new AC, because we don't know when that's going to be. So today was not a planned travel day, but because of the circumstances we are in, we are moving today. But we're not moving campgrounds, we're just moving from one spot to another spot. So I'm getting the water disconnected here, gonna get everything put away. Still trying to go through our checklist, because even though we're only going 3 minutes up the road, I want to make sure that we treat this as like we're going 3 hours down the road, and make sure we don't forget something small or tiny that has a big effect financially on us. So once we get the rig reset up, maybe we'll sit down and have a little story time as to why we have to change locations here. So let's get this taken care of first. Big turtle right there.
Okay.
Okay. Walk through. Carefully. Watch your step. Alright, so it's time for a little bit of a story time here. We are at a county park in Palm Beach County, John Prince Park Campground. First thing I want to say about this place is it is beautiful. It really is beautiful. As you can see, the lake behind me. I don't even know what lake this is, but it is definitely beautiful. This is our first county park. County park, state park. We've only stayed at private campgrounds before, primarily Thousand Trails, KOAs. So we didn't really know what to expect. The sites are pretty big here. There are some small ones. This one I'm sitting in is pretty small, but we didn't really know what to expect. So my wife is from Palm Beach County. I lived in Palm Beach County for 12 years before moving back to Pennsylvania. So I knew the area. I knew it wasn't the best of areas, but you know, this is where we had to stay. We are here visiting family in Palm Beach County, so we were going to be here for a month, heading to Orlando for a few weeks, and then back here for another month during Thanksgiving. What's this story time about? Well, this story time is really going to be about us having to change sites because of a safety concern and feeling very uncomfortable. So when we first got to our site, the first thing was it was very unlevel, extremely unlevel. I mean, like when we tried to auto level, the fifth wheel almost tipped over. I was standing there. This is why I never leave the fifth wheel while it's auto leveling. I actually had to cancel the auto level mid-process because I felt like it was going to just tip over. Once we were able to get somewhat level, which we never even got totally level, but it was enough. Just this county park is right next to a county airport, so let's just let that one go by. I knew that I wanted to try to re-level again the next day or the day after. So once we got level or level-ish, you know, I started to set up. Once we started to set up, that's when things got a little bit more uncomfortable. I mean, we live in an RV by choice, and we understand that not everybody's life and living situations are the same. And you know, there was a camper that was behind us that was you know, very old, and you could tell was run down and not very well taken care of, and it just caught my eye at first. And I noticed that, you know, the clothes were they were drying clothes just hanging on the picnic table, and there was garbage flying around, water was leaking out of it, and I just kind of caught my eye. Once we got set up, we heard later that night, we heard some yelling and screaming and some arguing, and I kind of just glanced outside, and it was the two people that were staying in said camper. There was a lot of cursing going on. Our children were woken up by it because they mentioned it in the morning, and I thought, okay, so maybe that's just a one-time argument. It was a weekend, maybe some beverages, and you know, were had, and it was just some type of, you know, one-off argument. Then the next day, it happened again, and this was now during the middle of the day. It was like right around the afternoon. Loud screaming, argument, cursing at each other. So I thought, okay, I'm starting to feel a little uncomfortable here. Not for my own safety. I feel pretty confident in my protecting myself. Just the thought of, what if something happened? What if, let's say, there was a pretty big argument and somebody happened to have a gun and a gunshot went off and it came flying through my RV right into my kid's bedroom? And that's all I could possibly think about was, I heard the argument, I heard the screaming, I heard what was going on. I just didn't feel safe. The safety of my children, I just had to just a gut feeling, and it didn't feel right. So I contacted the front desk and I wanted to move spots, but there really weren't any spots available for us to move with our size rig in this county park. So we had to wait 2 days. So we toughed it out. You know, we do have security cameras, so we had them on and rolling the whole time. So we ended up moving. So that's why we moved spots. We moved to same campground, but to the front of the campground. And we were able to get ourselves out of that situation of feeling uncomfortable. So trust your gut. Trust that if you don't feel safe, that's the benefits of living in an RV and having an RV, is that you literally can move your home. Now, I didn't want to have to completely move my home because of somebody else and feeling uncomfortable around somebody else, because I was paying to stay here and we wanted to stay here on the water. We had a water view and we like that, but the safety of our children comes first. When there is loud cursing going on, and trust me, I curse a lot. You don't see it in these videos because I edit it out, but I'm a big time cursor, and I don't judge people because of that, but I also don't yell it and scream it in the middle of the day and at 2 o'clock in the morning for other people to hear. So at the end of the day, we have another different beautiful site here. We are coming back to this campground in the middle of November, so we hope to have an even better site then. We actually have a pull through then that's actually closer to the water, so we're hoping to not have any issues when it comes to that. But this campground has been great since we've been here. Like I said, there are some pretty large sites here, some big rigs here, full hookups. I think it's we're paying about $30 a night here, and it's right on the water. There's right outside the campground is the actual county park. Multiple playgrounds, splash pads, kayak rentals. There's boats coming in and out all the time. So the only issue is the helicopters and airplanes that are constantly taking off. But other than that, it's a pretty good campground.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights.